EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present this first step on the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From La Quinta, California and PGA West, it's the opening round of the first tournament of the new year, the American Express. Well, it's been a long off-season. Everyone here looking to get their new year off on the right foot. What better place to do it than right here in La Quinta as we see what's going on here in round one. We've got a tie at the top at 3 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer looking to get off to a hot start and maybe make an early move up the AM leaderboard. Frank, this is our golfer's first ever tournament as a professional on the PGA Tour. Now, you played a number of years on the European Tour before coming stateside, but take me back. What do you remember about your professional debut?
Oh, it's huge, Rich. I can remember it like yesterday. I was 19, and just how nervous you get. I was lucky enough that I had some friends that were professional golfers, and they took me aside, and they said, listen, you got 2 arms, you got 2 legs. You're just like everybody else in the field. Don't give in to them. But the nerves, too, you know, you feel like you're in somebody else's body, but they said the other bit of advice I got, nerves mean you care. So don't ever want to play without them. So great advice too. And this is a moment that they will always remember, your debut on the PGA Tour.
And this will work its way just into the rough, so a missed fairway here at 1.
But it is sitting up, so that's not too bad. Shouldn't be much of a problem from there.
Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
127 yards to get you to the front of the green. 134 the number all the way to the flag. And the pin on the front portion.
But he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Now this, his second to the par 4 from just off the fairway.
Well, right off the range, and first iron shot in there, and it's in there tight.
Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
Okay, a well-played hole there. It is birdie to kick off the round. And he's very quickly to 1 under par. Okay, that's in for par here at the first, and he'll stay at level par. You know, Frank, this is a great setting for kicking off the new season. This Palm Springs area weather is almost ideal every single year. It's kind of like golf in a dome. So what's the secret to being successful on desert courses like this? Because we've seen some really low scores through the years.
Rich, you nailed it. Dome-like conditions means everybody's going to go low. You're not really worrying about cross breezes. Plus, add that in that it's a relatively flat track. That means there's no elevation changes really to consider. Green's also relatively flat, so get that ball on the putting surface. Greens aren't overly quick, but really anything inside 20 feet, you're going to have a good look at it. And don't keep looking at that leaderboard, because if you think you're going to make birdies, everybody else is doing the same thing. Pedal to the metal.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Just over 90 yards, all that's left here for his second. Second shot now from just a foot or two off the fairway.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
We turn to Nota Begay the third for this look at birdie.
Yeah, really not a whole lot in this. Maybe just started around the left edge, but it's fairly flat all the way.
Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
Good putt there. It's in for par here at the second. And he'll stay at even par. That finished off for par here at the second. And he'll stay right where he is. Par 4 third's a good one at 471 yards. Ideal spot is the right side of this fairway. That way you keep it away from that large fairway bunker on the left. Good drive, and you'll have a chance to make a good score here. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. 170 yards the distance needed here as he'll ready his second.
That's not too bad. Good shot. Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance, really outside chance for birdie.
Now Nota, this for birdie.
And not a particularly demanding putt here. Maybe slightly down an incline, but it is dead straight.
Oh no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. That one finished off. It's in for par, and he'll remain right where he is. Okay, safely in for his par, and he'll stay right where he is. We arrive now at the first par 3 of the day, the 192-yard fourth. Large bunker on the right is the only trouble to avoid. Better to be long here than short. Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Yeah, he was wanting that one to bite, but that was destined to be long all the way. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. From about 8 feet. Oh, maybe a misread there, and that curls by to the left. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And he'll drop back to 1 over par. All right, let's see what you have in the bag. Let's see what you have inside. This one is 535 yards. It's par 5. It's nicknamed Double Trouble. You think you have 314 yards of carry? That's what it takes to clear that water. That's up the left side. That's going to be okay. Didn't want to try to go over the pond, so a safe play to the right and a good tee shot here at 5. That's the place to be. That's right of the water and into the fairway here at 5. Now the enticing second shot here, Frank, at the par 5 fifth.
If you're going to lay up, make sure you lay up properly. There's no sense in trying to knock it all the way down by that narrow neck. Just leave yourself a third.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Not a long putt, but a side hiller for birdie. Now, that's a good opportunity unfulfilled. Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Nicely played. It's a birdie at the fifth. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and he'll stay at 1 over. This is a monster par 3, this 6th hole, at 255 yards. On top of it, you're looking at water on the right. The good news is, if that's just a little too much for you to take on, there is a bailout area on the left if you'd rather play it safe. And that one gonna wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. Oh, what a putt right there. The speed was spot on, but it was just a fraction offline, and that would have gone in. Now this for birdie.
And this certainly would be a bonus if it goes in. You just need to make sure you get it there and give yourself a chance. Never up, never in.
Oh yeah, this is a big green and a long hole, so it is not easy to get one close. That is a great shot here at 6. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll remain right where he is. Safely in for par here at the 6th, and he'll stay right where he is. Par 4 7th is only 346 yards, but there is trouble down the right side with the water, so you need to be straight here, and it might be a good idea to pull out the fairway wood or even a long iron just to keep it in play, give yourself a chance at making birdie. This one's starting a little bit right. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. This from about 10 feet. Ah, yes, runs that one right in. It's a birdie here at the 7. Right around 6 feet here for birdie. Yes, a good roll there. That's in for birdie. This is one where you can just air it out, as they like to say on tour, let the big dog eat here. Par 5/8 is 559 yards. There is no water like we had on the 3 previous holes. Lots of sand here, but this one, tee it high, let it fly, and go chase it. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie. Oh, goodness, that is too bad. That would have been a good birdie, but not to be. Had been automatic, but not that time. Yes, getting hot here just before the turn. That's birdies now at 7 and 8. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. Finishing up on the front side here at PGA West with a 452-yard par 4 ninth. Water down the right, so it is best to favor the left side off the tee. No issues here. That is into the fairway. And a splash of sand there. Is this ball going to wind up in the bunker off the tee? Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
Gonna have to flight this a long way. His second out of the bunker.
A little more ball and a little less sand, and it might just have made the putting surface.
Oh, needed just a little bit of a turn, but that will somehow stay right on the edge. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Oh, that one led perfectly. It is a birdie here at the 9th, and that's going to make this a 2 under 34 for the front side. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. That'll mean this is a 32 on the front, 4 under par. It's a recurring theme here at PGA West. Avoid the water. That's down the right side. If you do that, this par 4 10th at just 416 yards offers up a good chance to make a birdie.